like I said yesterday, we have talked about a lot about this thing, people living here, about the document problem, about the working situation, and all those kind of stuff. Let's start with the place that people are living at. If you look at this place people are living at, it is not normal for anybody to be living in this kind of situation. It is not good for health and all those kind of stuff, especially in the cold season when it is very cold over here and it is raining every day. Every place is with water. Every place is wet with water. Sometimes water even get inside the houses. So at that time, and people don't have anything to do to be able to protect themselves from the cold. All what people have to do sometimes, they have to go and collect firewood from the bush, come and put them inside a bucket like this one and set the fire on it so that they will be able to warm themselves. Or they allow all the firewood to get burned, like when it remains with only the charcoal, they put it inside their house so that they will be able to warm the house so that they can feel comfortable and be able to sleep. But even that is very, very difficult, and which is also dangerous for people because it can bring something and it can set fire on the house and all those kind of stuff. And maybe the smoke that might come out from that thing also is not good for the health. So, and people have been living in this kind of situation for so many years, but there is nothing going on that can change this situation. People have been talking about a lot of journalists, people from all over the world. But anytime when they came, people are still complaining about the same situation, and it never changed the situation. And after that, if you come into the document issues, it's a big problem. Because we all know you could not give a resident permit to anybody. When you give a resident permit, you telling the person that you accept the person to be living in your country. So when you have to give a resident permit to anybody, and after all that, you write on that resident permit telling people that it is not allowed to work. It is not allowed to work, and you're not helping that person in any way for the person to be able to get his survival. Like when you say that the person is not working, and you be not helping that person in any way so that the person will be able to get his feeding from, what are you expecting that person to do? And like we all know, there is no country in this world that allow people to go and beg, that allow people to go and thief, that allow people to do a robbery or whatever you call it. So when somebody is undergoing with such kind of situation like that, what do you expect from the person? And you not even allowing that person to cross and get into another country where he can do something for himself. What do you expect that person to do in your country? Because we all know we cannot survive without working. And when you are not working, where are you going to get your survival from? Are you going to steal? No. Are you going to do whatever other bad thing or whatever illegal thing that you can get something from? No, because the country law doesn't allow it, and no other country allow those kind of stuffs in this world. We all know that. So that is another big problem. And you're not giving somebody a document, and the person was living in a community place, and later on you send the person from the community place, you said, your being staying here is over, you have to leave. The person leave without a document, without nothing, without a work. How do you expect that person to survive? Especially when you're saying that you're trying to fight for a humanity. I don't see any way when somebody would call that kind of stuff as a humanity, because it is not part of humanity. And when we say it is humanity that we are trying to fight, we are not trying to fight it. On top of all that, even those have documents, they're undergoing with a lot of problems, because you got a document with you. You are not working. And when that document is about to expire, you have to go and get a renewal of that document. And before you do a renewal of that document, no matter how small the money is, you still have to buy stuffs before you do a renewal of that document. If you are not working and you are not having anybody to assess you, where are you going to get that money from? And after all that, that renewal of document, you have to come before you will be able to get that one. You have to be waiting 5-6 months before you will be even having access to go and do that renewal of your document. After you do a renewal of your document, after being taken your fingerprint, you still have to be waiting 6, 7, sometimes up to 8 months before everything get done. So when you got 2 years document in your hand, and 7, 8, or 6 years being minus from the 2 years, how much did you remain with? 1 year, 2 months, or 1 year, 1 month? What are you going to do with that? You could not do anything within that period. You have to be just waiting for like 5-6 months again when you have to go and do a renewal of that document again, which is another big problem for people over here. On top of that, you come about the working issues. When you give somebody a document and you said the document is not allowed to work, and you are not helping that person in any way to get his survival fund, like I said before, how do you expect that person to be survived? I think this is why people are doing illegal works, a work without a contract. And people been doing that, they are not getting anything from it at the end of the day. Somebody took you for a walk from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the evening, or from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening. How many hours? And we all know how many hours we supposed to be working for a day. Maximum should be 8 hours. Everybody know that. In the whole Europe, the maximum hours somebody have to be working for, it's supposed to be 8 hours. If you're supposed to put any hours on top of that, then you have to be paid for that too. We all know that. But this is not what we were doing. People been working for the whole day. And at the end of the day, they are not being paid for nothing but less than 20, 25. And when you go in for that work, remember, you're supposed to buy your breakfast. You're supposed to buy your lunch. When you come back, you still have to prepare for your dinner. Subtract all those things from 20 or 25 euro. How much are you going to remain with? It can't do nothing for anybody. If you are sick, you're going to fight for yourself to make sure you get well. If you need anything for clothing or any other problem you got for yourself, you still have to fight it for yourself. And being working illegal, which is not according to the law, whatever problem you get from there, you have to fight it for yourself. Nobody is going to take care of that problem for you. We all know about that. And when the person said, I'm not going to pay your money, at the end of the day, you can't do anything about it. Because wherever you are going to, they will be like, where is your working contract papers? It is not a contract. Then what are they going to do about it? Nothing. I think to me, being giving document to somebody, like you said, you give a resident permit to somebody in your country, you should allow that person to work with that document. Because this is good for your country and it is good for that person. But if you said it is not, no permission was given for that person to work with that document. And even if somebody have to move from this country, you want to go to other country, it is still the same thing. You could not work with that document because it is already written on the document. So how are you going to survive? And when you still welcome somebody in your country and you said, we give you a resident permit to stay in our country, how do you want that person to survive? And even being taking people to school, You still have to waste your time, waste your energy being going to school for 2 years, 1 year, or even more than that. After doing all that, what did they do for you? Nothing. And when you go into school, they promise you, they will be like, we want you to go to school for this amount of years. After you finish, we're going to help you. But they are not doing it. What they are looking for their own interests. Because they know during your period of going to school, those people teaching you in the school are getting something. And those people taking care of the school and all those stuffs, they are getting something at the end of the day. It is not good for us, but it is good for those people at the end of the day. And after you finish it, what did they tell you? Even if you have those document papers with you and everything, it couldn't help you in anywhere. Because wherever you go to, you can't get anything with that. We have been undergoing with all those situations. And like you said, how many black people have been killed deliberately without no reason? And whenever it happens, when the people have to stand and ask why this happened, they always say the person who did this is unconscious person. Later on, we see it like we don't think there is people who are unconscious existing. Because anybody who did stuff like that, they always say the person is not conscious. Then where are the people who are conscious? We are not seeing them. Like you see the houses how they are building, like the way it is very hot at this moment. Nobody can stay inside. You could not do anything. There is no facilities that people can even benefit from. Even to charge the phone that you got with you is a problem. So we see it like our purpose of being living here is like we are just being like those days how the slavery have been existed. Because it's like they're trying to put us into something. At the end of the day, they're getting something, but we are not getting anything at the end of the day, which is very bad for us. When we want to make something for our life, when you were young, when you got a power for yourself to do something, that's when you could plan something for yourself and plan something for your future. But at this stage, when you could not have any chance to do any stuff like that for yourself, until when you started becoming older, what are you going to do? That's why we got a lot of people, unconscious people going around within our tender pool here. A lot of people just lose their minds just because of what? Just because of the situation that they are living in. You are living in a situation where you could not get anything for yourself. You could not get a work and you could not get any other thing for yourself. You've been living in this situation like this for 2 years, 3 years, or even more than that. People's minds are not the same. You started thinking about a lot almost every day, and later on, they lose their minds. And what is the benefit of those people who are losing their minds staying in the country? What is the benefit of those people? Did those people benefit that particular country? No. Because there are people who you know that they could not work anymore. They could not do anything good for themselves anymore. Even if they are trying to find something to eat, it's good people who have to take something and give them so that they will be able to get their feeding. Apart from that, there is no way for them. So people have been undergoing with all these difficulties, and people have been talking about this so many years over and over, and still now it never came this situation. And that's why sometime later on people just see it like, when people just come over, people see it like they are just coming for their own interest. We are not getting anything from it at the end of the day. These are all the problems. This place was built for people to be living at, but the place is not enough for people to be living at, because you used to got a lot of bunches of people living over this place, especially during their working season. Okay, so if you build a few tent houses and you're asking people to live there, and all those penthouses were occupied. Who will let your own brother come over and he want to sleep inside and he could not get a place, and you want to let your own brother outside when it is raining or it is wet, it is cold outside, and you yourself sleeping inside? Nobody is going to let your brother undergo through that. So when this happened later on, they said they want to build a new place that is over there. They want to build a new place so that everybody will be living inside that place. But what happened? The place was very small. And later on, when they decided to move people from here to that place, people see that we could not all get inside of that place. So let us try to insist and say, no, we are not going. Let them try to increase the place so that everybody can get there. But later on, what happened? People are not in the same, thinking about the same thing all the time. Some other few people started disappearing, going over there, telling them that, you can write my name. I want to sleep there. And later on, when the other people see that, they also say like, okay, when I have to let all these people go over there, later on I might not have a place to sleep at. They also want to go there. And later on, the place was occupied. Everybody cannot get inside over there. The amount of people living here are more than the amount of people living in that place. Yeah. And still now, here, this place here, there is no electricity over here.
It was.
Before, long time ago, it was. But this water that is coming, we don't even know the water that is coming from here. And most of the people are drinking from this water, which is not good. Because we all know that we never know where the water coming from. And a lot of the people drinking this water, sometimes it gives them a big stomach problem. And at the end of the day, when they go to the hospital, the doctors normally tell them that the water that you are drinking is not good for you. But if you are not working, you don't got any money with you to buy a water that is from the supermarket, what are you going to do? There is no way. If you are thirsty, you have to drink from the water. And this is why some people are forcing themselves to be drinking that water. That hospital, it depends on. But I know one thing about Italy. In Italy, if you have to be living in Italy and you want to fight for your healthiness, you must be somebody who is working and you got your money with you. You go and see a good doctor, or you go to the good hospital, you pay a money and let them try to kick you. Apart from that, all these other health services that are over here and they are saying they're doing it for like a charity, I don't trust them. Because whenever you go there, you are not being given a good medicine. I see a lot of people have been undergoing through operation here, their knees, their stomach. I know how they're undergoing through. There is none of the operation that undergo through. I see a lot of people who got operation, at the end of the day, they have to live here and have to do every possibility to go to Germany or another country so that they can try to fight for their operation. Because they have operation, but after the operation, still they are in a pain. All the time. I see a boy that left just around March. They do an operation of his knee over here. Later on, he could not walk. All the time, it is paining. He said he have to move and go to France and see if they will be able to help him. Because he tried here. Because all those people coming all over telling people, we're going to help you, we have medicine, we will give you this. They take you. The medicine that they give you, it doesn't help anybody. These pastamons, these capsules and whatever you call it, it is not helping anybody. So I see it like if you want to be here and you want to be fighting for your health and you want to be in a good health, you must be somebody who is working, you got your own money with you, you pull your money out, you go and see a good doctor, you explain the person your problems, let him, even if the person cannot cure you, but let the person tell you what are the problems going on with you, so that you can able to go and know this is the medicine I need to buy from the pharmacy and all those stuffs. Because it is not only about the working system, but it is the only easiest place that somebody could be able to get your document renewal, even we are undergoing with all these other difficulties. Because any other place you want to go to is very difficult for you to get a resident. Sometimes they will ask you, you have to buy a resident for 300 euros or 250.
In San Ferdinando.
In San Ferdinando, it's not given any resident. We got our residency now. We got it in Jotaro.
Gioia Tauro.
Gioia Tauro.
And they ask you the money for that?
No, they don't ask us the money though. There is some. This place also there is somebody else giving a residence here, but the residence is only valid for the very day you just going to take your fingerprint. The moment you take the resident, don't have any use for you again. And this is why everybody is trying to come over this place just for the renewal of their document. And this is why the place is always occupied. Because apart from here, you going to any other place also, they're going to ask you for a resident. And before you get a resident, you have to pay money for it. And which is very difficult. Because somebody who is not working, how do you expect that person to vote a resident for 200 or 300 euros?
I don't understand why they ask you 200 euro for the residence.
For living a house?
Yeah, you have sometime you have to take a house. Sometimes even if you don't take a house in certain places of Italy, you just have to bought it from somebody. Somebody will just tell you, I'm gonna do this for you and my house.
You have to pay.
You have to pay. You will be like, I will show them that you are living here in my house, and then you have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. It's only a few places in Italy where you can go, they will tell you that you will not pay. I heard about Rome, there is a place in Rome, I heard people saying that place, you can go, they will give you a resident without paying, but they have to give you an appointment. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. They have to give you an appointment. Then you have to wait until that appointment date come over so that you will be able to take your fingerprint. Here they don't give you any appointment, but you did not pay anything for the resident. You just have to take the resident. The only thing that you have to pay for is like you have to vote your Bolotino and Magda Ball and take your passport size pictures. Those are the only stuff that you have to pay money for.
And you did it in the other side of the camp?
No. The people living here have to do it, either do it here or go to Jotaro. Jotaro, there is a main place there where you can go and just present your document and then they write a resident for you, give it to you.
Where, in the police station?
No, it's not very far from where the Costura is. If this is the main road, you have Costura in the left-hand side and the other place, this other office is in the right-hand side. This is how they are.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
So you need to wait here to get the document in Gioia Tauro.
Yeah, like if you take your fingerprint, if you can wait for it, you have to wait for it. If you cannot wait for it, you have to go until the document come out, you come and take it. Because this take a very longer period of time. When you have to be waiting for 6, 7, 8 months. And in that period, if you have to be sitting without walking, where are you going to get your feeding from?
I beg your pardon. You wait 6, 7 months for every what?
Before it comes out.
Yes, you mean the permission of staying in Italy?
No. When you take your fingerprint, before your document will be ready, you have to be waiting for 6, 7, up to 8 months.
But maybe after this time you have to go back home because you are not allowed to stay.
No, like you have a 2 years permesso di soggiorno. If it gets expired, you want to renew it, you have to take your fingerprint. And this is 2 years. Before it gets ready, you have to be waiting for 6, 7, up to 8 months. And when it is 6 months, which means 6 months is subtract from the 2 years, remaining with how much?
And when these 2 years finish, what's happened?
When it finishes, you have to renew it again.
Again? All this process?
Yeah. When it finishes, you have to renew it again. They give you another 2 years.
But if you are denied?
Sometimes they take it from you. You don't even know why they take it from you. Sometimes you got 2 years with you. When you try to take your fingerprint, they seize it from you. And you don't know whatever the problem is. We couldn't do anything, which means you have to go and take a lawyer again and try to fight for the issue again until when you're going to get a document back.
So it's not 6, 7 months, it can be years.
This can be years. About the document issue after taking the fingerprint. Like,
first you give the fingerprint. But if you don't
quindi questo sono 2 anni, permesso di soggiorno, quella di 2 anni. è quando sono scaduto, quando tu hai andato a costura per fare, per rinnovare di questo di 2 anni, quando tu hai fatto fingerprinting, devi aspettare fino a quando questo sono pronti, hai capito? Ma devi aspettare 6 mesi, 7 o fino a 8 mesi, e quindi 8 mesi meno 2 anni, quando rimane?
Certo, 1 anno e 2 mesi.
E quando è fatto così, e poi devi andare a costura quando sono pronti, e prendi questo 1 anno, 2 mesi. Quando tu prendi questo 2 anni, 1 mese, che devi fare questo? E poi tu devi dire, adesso io devi andare a cercare lavoro in questa situazione. E quando finisci devi andare a fare un altro rinnovare. È sempre così.
So the big problem is that the most part of the people has even the permit of sojourn. If you haven't got it, it's even more difficult. It's even more
Some
difficult.
people even got it, sometimes they seize it from them. Sometimes they don't even know what the problem is. What did they do, or what problem happened, why they seize it from them. Sometimes all this happen. Sometimes, like some people, when they seize their document from them, when they go for the renewal, sometimes they have to do something called cassation. You know it?
Yeah.
After doing cassation, if they still don't accept you, you have to go and take a lawyer. Or maybe you have to go and take a new asylum again.
Yeah.
After being doing this, it's like you have to be communicating with the lawyer all the time, from one end to another end, until when you will be able to get that document back again,
Okay.
which is another big problem also. Because when your document have to be seized from you, you have to know the reason why they seize your document from you. And they have to tell you the reason why your document been seized from you. But your document being seized from you, you could not even know the reason, what you do, or what happened they seize it from you. Because I cannot give you a mobile phone and then I take it from you. I have to tell you, why did I take that mobile from you? This is what is going on. People came here from all different parts of Italy, and people came here in different conditions or in different situations. Sometimes some people used to be staying in a community place. When they send them from the community place, they have nowhere to go, because you don't got any money with you, you don't got any work. So what did you think? You think like, here is the only easiest place I can stay, because I didn't got any money to help myself. I didn't got any work for myself. So I have to go and stay this place, even if I could not have food for myself. But I stay in this place until when I see what is going to happen about my situation. Like, especially at this moment, the situation is very, very, very hard for some people. People are not the same. You got some people who could not, who wake up, they could not even got their feeding. Every day, sometimes people have to wake up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They go with a bicycle for a very far away distance, looking for a walk. They could not get anything. They turn back home. They come and sit down. Like what I was saying. So even if you're supposed to give somebody a document and you saying that document is not allowed to work, and you're not giving anything to that person for his feeding, how do you expect that person to work? I think whatever illegal thing is going to be doing in that country, then they are the cause of that, and they are the one pushing those people to go and do that. Because if you give me document and you told me that my document is not, I am not allowed to work with my document, and you are not giving me anything at the end of the day, how do you expect me to feed myself from? What should I supposed to do? I don't know. Then if anybody's supposed to be doing anything, they are the one pushing them to go and do it. And in turns, they are the same person coming and try to accuse those people and holding them, putting them into troubles. Because if you give me a document and my document allow me to work if any other European country, if I know I could not have a work here, I can move to another European country where I will be able to get something there. That will help me. But if it is not, I cannot work with that document in the country that I am staying at, and even if I move in another country, they are not giving me permit to work with that document. How am I going to feed myself? I don't know the main reason why they are not giving people the document. Because I know when anybody came over, you have to go for your asylum. And when you go for your asylum, you have to explain the reason why you are over here. So, and it is something that have been existing so many years ago. We all know about that. Okay. But being rejecting your asylum or being accepting your asylum, I don't got any idea about it. That is depend on themselves that are working over the place. And I think they know the rules and regulations why they are giving this person document or why they are rejecting this document. But I know that the document being given to people over here, it is not an Italian document. It is not a Spanish document. It is not a Dutch land document. This is a document of UN. And if you follow their things very well, what did they say? The UN, they have paid everything about all these document affairs. That anybody getting into this country have to be given that document because they have paid everything for it. Follow the rules and go and see how much each and every person should be receiving for the whole year when you're supposed to be staying in a community. It go up to around $12,000. It is not being given to anybody. Nobody will tell you that these $12,000 have been given to me. So I just see the reason. Sometimes they just do it like this way. Anybody who is lucky to got it, you know that I am lucky to got it. If you miss it, you know that you are not lucky to got it. Because all that, they know they are doing that. They are just rejecting a bunches of people, and later on they will tell you, you have to go and take a lawyer. All those things are money. You take a lawyer, sometimes you have to be paying that lawyer himself a money. Especially you living in a place where you are not working. You have to be traveling, going to that lawyer, coming back, going to that lawyer, coming back all the time for 3-4 years, or up more than that. And you have to be giving something to that lawyer all the time. It doesn't take you anywhere. Even in the community places that people were living at, they told people have been living here. Even to have their feeding sometimes is a problem for them. Their clothing is a problem for them. And sometimes, in fact, they are not given anything at the end of the day. Every month something is supposed to be given. It is not being given. And the amount of money need to be given to each and every person, or the amount of money that each and every person should be paid for every week or every month. Some people don't know about it, but most of us, we are aware of everything, and we know a lot about all those stuff. But this is not what is going on. But at the end of the day, we know we can't do anything about it. We just let the things go like that. It depends. Sometimes some people, they will say every week. Some other people, they will say every month. It depends. Some people, sometimes they will lucky to got their money. Some people, sometimes they are lucky to got the half of the money. They don't got the half of the money. Sometimes some people, they don't even got the money. They have to go and started taking lawyers or doing other stuff to see how can they get the money. But it's very hard sometimes to get that money.
Here, the work is where? What is the main work?
Here you have a different type of work, like harvesting of lemons, mandarins, oliva, and maybe all those kind of other small work like weeding and all those kind of stuff. These are the kind of stuff some people always got over here. But this time used to be one of the most difficult time for somebody to be working in the farm, in the cold season. When you go sometime, even before you started harvesting these fruits, sometimes your hands, they could not hold anything because of the cold. Sometimes your hands are like this. You have to try to burn something and try to warm your hands so that the blood started moving a little bit. Then you started cutting. Even if you started cutting within 30 minutes, 1 hour, your hands are like this. You could not hold anything, which is very, very hard. But after all, go and see what are they paying people for. 20, 25 euro. People are also going for this work, doesn't mean they want to go for it. Because there is no other choice for them. People see it like, if I go for this, it doesn't help me, but I can buy food and eat. This is why people go for them. But nobody wants to be going for a such kind of work, because it is not helping anybody. There is no contract for it. Sometimes they tell you, they give you a contract, but it is not a contract. Because you know, people are not the same. If you give me a paper that is a contract, I know. If you give me a paper that is not a contract, I know. But the other people, they don't. Sometimes they give them a paper so that when they go for a control over there, they will show them that paper and they will free them. But it's not a contract. The farm owners used to be giving that paper to them.
I don't understand that. So, if they give you a paper that is not a contract, but the police control you, and you show that paper, the police leave you?
Yeah, because this might be an agreement between the farm owner and whoever else, I don't know. But this is the agreement. It is not a contract paper. But when the people are going to work over there, the farm owners try to find those papers and put them together, and they will be like, it's a contract. Have you ever seen a contract without a booster packer? Huh? So when you give me a paper, you told me it is a contract paper without a booster packer. How can that be possible? We all know a normal contract anywhere in this world have to go with a booster packer. Because that's where the government also have their something from. But in this other hand, I don't know however way they do it. But they just give them the paper so that when they come for a control, they saw that paper, they say, okay, go. With no booster packer, no nothing. But the farm owner just do that so that let these people can be working in my farm so that they will not disturb them. Yeah, I know one thing, that they are always around here standing on the street and stuff like that. And there was a time that they normally come and do a big control all the time. Around January coming to February, March, they do a lot of stuff like that. Maybe every week they come 2 times in a week. They will get inside the houses. They will be like, we came for a control. And you will show them your document, whatever document you got with you. They will start writing something. Sometimes nobody know whatever they are writing. Nobody know why they are doing that control for. We just saw them sometimes, they just come and pick everything, and they will just be saying like, we are doing a control. But we don't know the reason why they are doing it. And when they take your document from you, they write something. You never know whatever thing they write. In that situation, we are just like blind people, because we don't know why they are doing it and what they are writing and what is going to be the outcome of that at the end of the day. We don't know. Yeah, like you see these vehicles. Some places are very, very far away from here. Sometimes you have to go to certain places like after La Mesia or even La Mesia, which are very far away from here. No, but sometimes some distances people use bicycle, but some distances you cannot use bicycle. They are very far. So such places like that you want to go, you have to take a car. That car will tell you if they're supposed to pay you 20 euro, to go and come fare will be like 5 euro. What did you got at the end of the day? 15 euro. Subtract your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner from that. How much are you going to remain with? It's like sometimes you're doing this work for just 0. Because you're not getting anything at the end of the day. If I am paying 20 euro per day, I pay for a car 5 euro. I spend 5 euro on breakfast. I spend another 5 euro on lunch. Another 5 euro on dinner. What is remaining? 0. It's 0. You see? Sometimes you have to just be doing the work for 0, just to have what you're gonna eat, so that you can be survive. You can be alive. If not, it is very, very hard. I see when people come and cross the river, when they just remove them from the boat, I see, even without taking their fingerprint, I see they just ask them, they say, go and find your way. We don't have anything to do with you. I see those things with my eyes. Yeah, in Italy here. When they just remove them from the boat, they just ask them, they say, go. We don't have anything to do with you. Go and fight your way. Such people like that, how do you want them to survive? And how do you expect them to survive? Without a fingerprint, without a document, without no work, what do you expect them to do? You are asking them to be a criminals in your country. You are asking them to be a bakers and a thieves in your country. But in turns, you the same people are trying to follow those people, whatever they do. You say they are doing this. You catch them trying to put them in trouble. When you don't allow me to stay in your country, when I arrive in your country, you don't have to accept my asylum. Tell me, I don't want you to stay in my country. But you cannot accept my asylum and you give me the resident permit. And after all, you telling me that I am not allowed to work with that resident permit, and you are not giving me anything, and I am not working. How do you want me to get my feeding from? Where am I going to get it from? But if you don't want me to be in your country, when I come, just tell me that I'm not allowing you to stay in my country. Period. Then from there you can do whatever you want to do. But you take me, you welcome me in your country, and you give me the resident permit to stay in your country. And after you said I'm not allowed to work with that resident permit, but I have to be in your country, then you have to tell me, what do I supposed to be doing in your country? Who are doing this farm work from Italy to Spain to France? Who are doing the farm work? Who are doing it?
You.
In Spain, not the Spanish people, they are the farm owners. They are not the one doing the farm work. In Italy, they are the farm owners, but they are not the one doing the farm work. Go to France, any other country, the same thing. Who are doing it? And those people doing that work for them, they are not getting any respect for it at the end of the day. But they still want those people to be doing that for them. But at the end of the day, they are not paying them good, and they don't even want to respect them for it. But they just want to be using them for their own interest. Whether Italy, Spain, France, wherever, apart from the black people from the African countries, the only people doing these farm works in the whole Europe might be somebody from Bulgaria or Romania or maybe Ukraine, and our people from our North African countries. Some people, not all of them, but most of them do it, especially the people from Morocco. They do it, especially in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I and her the only women in this place?
Mm-hmm. You say?
Are there any women in this place?
Yes, of course they are.
I've never seen them.
Yeah. Most of them, they are not living around these areas, but they are living in the other part of the areas. Because sometimes they might not even, when they see such people like you coming, they might not even allow you to see them.
And I was around, it's the third time I come.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking all around, I've never seen them.
Yeah, I know, that might be true. You got a bunches of them over here, and anywhere, any places like this place here in Italy, you go there, you got a bunches of them over there. They are in their place right now. You got a bunches of them over here.
But into this,
Sometime, maybe if you sit in here in a little time, you will even see one of them will pass by here.
but
You
there
see?
are very few.
No, they are not few. Like right now, there is no working season over this place. That's why you got a few of them. So they are always moving to a place where they know there is a working season over there. No, they are staying in their place because what they are doing and what the men are doing is quite different. And you could not stay with somebody who you are not doing the same thing. But all those situations, if you see all those things undergoing, it is all cause of the country that we are living in. Because if you build a better place for the people to be staying at, and you're creating something for them, even if you are not creating anything for them, but if you are giving them a document that can allow them to work, when they could not have a work in that particular country, they can move to another country where they can have a work. In this case, nobody is going to be doing anything that the country don't want or anybody else don't want you to be doing. Because if I take my house, I'm paying for a rent, I'm working, I'm paying for a rent, I'm paying for the electricity, the water, then I'm helping myself. That thing I'm doing is helping somebody else also. And if I am working by a contract, that is also helping the government of that country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if it is 100, we are sharing it into different parts. But if I am not working and I got document with me that doesn't allow me to work, what do you expect me to do? This is one problem. Like it's sometimes there are certain things you could not even talk about them because they are very, very hard. Like we are from Africa, and we all know how we eat here. We get our survival in Africa. We don't eat like one person like people do in European countries. When we were eating, we eat in groups. I might not have anything. My friend might have something. He might get something, I might not have anything. He might allow me to eat with him. Even though it is not going to satisfy both of us, but he might invite me to eat with him. We have this sympathy for each other. And tomorrow he might be in the same condition. Maybe I might get something for only a lunch or dinner. I might also invite him to take it with me, even we know it is not going to satisfy us. We have all this sympathy for each other. So sometimes this is the kind of situation that people used to be surviving. If not, sometimes you see people, you really know that they didn't got anything for themselves to be using it for food or whatever. Sometimes some people can go for the whole day without eating something, only drinking water. And he is quiet with it because he don't know what to do. The other people who cannot be patient with it, they go and put themselves in trouble. But if I don't want to do that, I don't want to put myself into a trouble just for one day. When I am praying to be alive for another more years, if I want to put myself into a trouble for only one day, it's going to be so bad for me. So sometimes you think about it, but you don't know what to do about it. You just try to be patient with it. And just try to be strong with it. Until when you're going to see whatever is going to happen at the end of the day.
And in relation with your studies, when you decided to come here, do you have in mind, for example, trying to continue your studies here, for example?
Of course, I'm a person that I like education, and I will like education until the day I'm gonna die. Because when I came here in Italy, I have been spending my first 2 years, 5 months going to school.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. Grazie.
My,
Ciao, fine. Ciao.
Hello, sir.
Ciao. Come stai?
I have been spending my first 2 years, 5 months going to school. I go to Italian school for almost like one completely year. And the way I go to school is very hard. Because I wake up in the morning, I go to school 8 o'clock, I close 1 o'clock. I relax at home. 4 o'clock, I go back, I close 8 o'clock at night. I was doing this for 2 years, 5 months. Like a small kid, I have been doing this. My first year when I got a certificate, they asked me I have to go with a diploma, what they call terza media in Italian language. They say I have to go for that. I say, okay, no problem. I go with that until when I completed that. When I was doing that, I sit together with Italian people inside the same class. sometimes those people have to come and ask me about some certain questions. Sometimes I say, oh, I say, this is not my language, but I'm surprised when I see you people coming to me and asking me. And I did it until when I finished that diploma also. Then when I finished the diploma, I have been going around lot parts of Italy, in Cagliari, Firenze, Napoli, Sicilia, going around Reggio here. I went up to Firenze and Cagliari just because that time I told people I want to go and continue with my education. But I don't have any access to do that, because the problem is, if I want to be staying anywhere, I have to pay for a house. I have to pay for my feeding. And I have to go to school. And I am not working. How can I do that for myself? I got books with me. Books. Like I got a
real books? Or
different books with me. Sometimes I collect a bunches of books. Sometimes I go out in the town. I see them on the street. I collect them, pack them, bring them. I got a lot of those stuff. Sometimes I do a story that if I didn't tell anybody, I do it, nobody knows. Sometimes I go and light a candle where I sleep at. I have to be reading for like 2 up to 3 hours before I sleep. Like I'm going to school, but I'm not going to school. Because it is something that is in my blood. I like it so much. I don't want to pass by, I see a paper falling down on the ground. I have to pick that paper and see what is on the paper. So,
and are you reading something nowadays?
Even now, I got Italian, English dictionaries with me where I sleep at, and all the time I'm reading them. All the time. My
dreams.
Well, my dreams. I got a dreams that I really want to be educated. I don't know when. And I always think about that. Wherever I am going, even if I am working, I must got time for myself to be doing something particular about the education. I have this aim and ambition, and I want to make so I try to find something for my future that will be good for me and my family at the end of the day. But my main ambition, I always think about that. Wherever in this world I'm going to be staying at the end of the day, I have to go through something. I don't know which part of education level is going to be, but I have to do something about that. My dream work, I don't have a special dream work, but I will say something very important about that too. I don't want to be doing anything that is illegal, whether to get money through out of it. I don't want to be doing anything that is illegal. Anything that I have to be doing, it has to be legal, according to the law and according to that particular country law or according to the whole world country law. Whether no matter how difficult the work is, I don't care. I will just do it. Let me just do this and then got something out of it. I got that ambition with me. But any first working chance that come, I'm gonna go ahead with that and capture with that until when I'm gonna see later on whatever is gonna happen. This time, because I can say since I arrived here, I have never gone out of Italy yet. But this time I am thinking that if I got my document in my hand, I have to be leaving. Because I have been going over this country over and over, trying my chance, working chance and everything. I could not get anything. And I don't want my time to be wasted. And I don't want to be living in a place where I am not going to be doing anything. Because it's going to be very difficult and very hard for me. So if I got my document, I want to go to a place where I will be doing something at the end of the day.
But you can
Before you try to give me something every day, try to show me how to get that particular thing. I think when you go for a fishing in the river with a hawks, fishing hawks, every day you catch a fish and come and give it to me. Before you've been giving that fish to me every day, take me to the river and show me how to catch that fish, so that I will also be able to catch some fish.